Bachelor of Education degree when I was quite young. I was 21. I'm quite old now. And at 21, I started teaching school. And at 25, I got married, and at 26, I started a family. We started a family, and my desire was to stay at home with them. And someone introduced me to network marketing. And at that young, 26 years old, I got it. I saw residual income. I saw unlimited possibilities. I started to dream, and I grabbed a hold of network marketing, and I ran with it throughout I was able to stay at home with my children their whole life with network marketing and have the extra money that we needed. And, even at one point in my career, we moved, my husband was in the oil industry, and we moved away. And when I came, I had to give up my network marketing, and I came back and I started a small business, and I thought I'd try my hand at small business. I worked very hard to develop a small business, and found out that, employees and all the things, the overhead and everything that goes with small business was very, very difficult to grow that small business. And I didn't have support. I had to do it by myself. And so in 2012, I went back into network marketing, and where I was comfortable, when I was happy, and where I was with people. And, in the fall of this year, it was November of 2016, so a short 4 months ago, I was introduced to this opportunity of World. Now, I was actively building another company, and I was asked to go to Miami to meet Fabio Galdi to see if I wanted to be part of a team to bring the Hilo to Canada. And there was a few things that I was looking for before I was willing to switch companies. But I went down to Miami, and I found out a few things. I found out that this was not a startup company. They'd been around, they had history, and that was very important to me because, I had tried startup companies before. I wanted to know that there was a solid foundation, and there was. World Global Network, as you're going to find out shortly, has a solid foundation. I wanted to know that the compensation plan was lucrative. And I wanted to know that the man at the helm of World this was a technology company. And I wanted to know that he was a technical guy, and he was. And you're going to hear about that shortly too. So, and I wanted to know the people that I was going to be working with. And, I met this gentleman that you're going to meet in a few minutes called Jeff Giamalva. And Jeff was 16 years with another company. And he had told me that they were leaving their company to build World. And that gave me if he was willing to leave a company of 16 years making, 7-figure income to come into World, I knew that we had a hold of something that was huge and big. And, so I came home, and this came into my life at such a perfect time in my life, because actually my husband, who was in oil, had been unemployed for 2 years. And we were living off savings. Of course, we did have, thank goodness, we had a big savings account. And I was making money with network marketing, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't replacement money for what an oilman makes. But we were living off savings plus my network marketing money. But the money was running out. And I grabbed a hold of this, and I said, I'm going to do this. And it's simple. I'm going to share that video with everybody I know, and I'm going to follow up, and I'm going to get us out of the situation we're out of. And you know what? I did it in it was under 90 days. Under 90 days. I hit a level in the company called Diamond, and you're going to hear about that too with Jeff. And it took all the pressure off. It took all the pressure off us, because now the bills were being paid. And now I'm going to take this one right to the top, because we weren't good with our money. We made a lot of money through our lives, but we saved some, but we didn't save enough for retirement. We didn't have pension plans and things like that. But now I have my pension plan. Now I have my retirement. And so I'm taking this right to the top, right to the very top of this company. And I want all of you to come with us. And when you hear this opportunity that Jeff is going to tell you about today, you're going to see what opportunity lies before you. And I promise you this, that I will help you, and Jeff will help you, and we will all help you. If you have the dreams and you want to do this, you will have all the help that you need. So with that, I want to bring on Jeff Giamalva, an amazing man with an amazing, he really is. In all my years of network marketing, the support that I get from this man is incredible. And he will help you too. You'll be working with this gentleman that's a 7-figure income earner in the industry, 24 years in the industry, and so knowledgeable and so pleasant. And you'll also work with his wife, which I adore her. She's an amazing lady. So with that, Jeff, I would like to turn this over to you. Thank you so much for getting up early. I know it's early where you are, and let's go.
Perfect. Terry, thank you so much. And I want to welcome everybody that is tuning in from Kenya. I know it's 6 o'clock at night there, but I will tell you, Terry is a testament to really the desire that we're looking for in order to open up, a different country. And I think she said it the best is, you got to find the right people in order to go out there and build a business. So the purpose of this call, because you were invited today by somebody you probably respect, the purpose of this call is really to identify leadership. We're a company that's 5 years old, but we just launched the United States in September of last year. And since we're able to do business in 195 countries, okay, we are now looking, obviously today, to really open up the marketplace. You could say Kenya, but I know there's surrounding areas. But once you find the right leadership, it's amazing of what could happen into the future. And I will share with you this. I'm going to go through some information with you. But, we live here in the United States. It's called the land of opportunity. And a lot of people in the United States take opportunity for granted because it's on every corner. But I will tell you, the fastest growing markets within our company right now are from people outside of the United States because they don't have an opportunity in every corner. And you got to find, like I said earlier, and I'm going to probably say this 5 more times today, the challenge we are going to have is to find the people that have the ability to see something before it happens. That's the challenge. Most people will wait till it happens before they get involved. You got to find that unique group of people. And we found it in Canada with Terry. And now she has now identified other people. And now Canada is going to be one of the fastest growing markets for our company. Why? Because you found the right person. Okay. Now I will share with you, that's going to be the challenge. If it's you, okay, here's our promise. We know without a doubt that marketplace, because you have 44 million people right there, 44 million people that I know without a doubt, okay, if given a choice, would like to earn more money. And all we're going to do is we're going to bring World Global Network products into that marketplace. And as you grow a team, you earn a percentage of what that team does. But it doesn't stay in Kenya. It's going to grow outside of that area very quickly. And let me share with you why and how. How many people listening to me right now have contacts in different cities, different states, and different countries? That's how this business grows. So all I will ask you is this: have an open mind, because I know without a doubt, okay, that when we find the right leadership and we anchor that leadership, lives will change. And what I want you to do is really understand the concept of what we're doing here. Terry did a great job doing an opening. My wife and I have 24 years of experience in the industry of network marketing, and 22 of those years we've been full-time. So long story short, I used to be a corporate executive. I was the vice president for a health club chain for 14 years. My industry went through changes. Those changes affected my pay in a negative way. My wife was a stay-at-home mom. She wanted to contribute financially without putting the kids in daycare. She started in our first network marketing company, which was nutritional supplements, and 2 years later retired me. And this is all we've done now for 24 years. So anything you've done, I believe, over 5 years consistently should make you an expert. So we understand what needs to happen here. And as Terry said, we were with a company for 16 years. #1 earners and #1 producers for that company. And after seeing what we saw here at World Global Network, starting with meeting this gentleman, Mr. Fabio Galdi, who is our founder and CEO, 10 weeks ago, we left our company after 16 years, and we are now full-time with World Global Network. So I love to share that story because people say, well, okay, are you serious about what you're about to do? We left a company after 16 years. See, I believe this type of opportunity comes around once in a lifetime. And I really believe in my core, our 24 years has brought us to this time and this place with this company. And now our job is to share it with as many people as we possibly can. And as you share it with people, you find individuals that really have a true desire that want to make a change. And that's who you spend your time with. I'm teaching you how to build a business. You don't spend your time with thousands of people. You spend your time with the very few that will lead you to the thousands. And when I met Mr. Fabio Galdi, okay, he shared with me that this is a 5-year-old company, financially sound, but we're brand new in the market. And a lot of you will scratch your head and say, how's that possible? Well, they started this company in 2011, and they started in Northern Europe and Northern Africa. And they did it with 2 products we no longer have. They did it with voice over IP and a phone. It wasn't until April of 2016 where this gentleman made a decision to change direction because he saw a void in the industry called network marketing. That void was technology. Nobody was there. People were doing supplements. People were doing health and beauty products. People were doing services. But nobody was in the marketplace of wearable technology. And he wanted to get there first. So he started the company in June of 2016 in Taiwan. Then he launched the United States in September. Since September now, we've been identifying people all around the world that want to bring World Global Networks into their neighborhoods. And that's why we're on the call today. So this gentleman has a great history and a lot of experience when it comes to technology. But I want you to understand that this is a category creator product. Nobody is doing wearable technology. And the product I'm going to share with you here today is powered by Toshiba. Now, some of you may know Toshiba. Okay, all I know is it's a $50 billion company. And with this type of relationship, okay, it lends credibility to our product line. So this to me, once again, is simply credibility when I talk to people. This company is also publicly listed. Now, this is what this means for all of us. You're going to see our compensation plan, which I'm going to walk you through, okay? And you could participate in a very lucrative way to make money. But on the other side of this, how would you like to be vested in what the company does as a whole? Well, because we're publicly listed, as you climb the compensation plan, they release the opportunity for you to receive stock options that you can then take, right, and be vested in what the company is going to do as a whole. Now, let me share with you where we are and where we're going. And in 2015, this company did $157 million in business. The reason you see such growth by 2018 to $1 billion, because we're just launching the United States. And the reason you see another billion in 2020 is because we are able to operate in 195 countries. You have to understand how rare this is. You can't just go into different countries when it comes to a consumable product, because every country has their own Department of Health. And every product has to be reviewed, right, and scrutinized. Many times it takes a couple of years to get your product approved. With our product, you don't have to get technology approved. This is why we are so excited to come into Kenya, because we know from Kenya we will get into different countries very, very quickly. So keep that in mind as you make your decision here. Now, the way we're going to make our mark is through wearable technology. Okay, now, I didn't know what wearable technology was 6 months ago, but I will share with you, it's the next big thing. They're comparing wearable technology to cell phones. Remember years ago where people said, okay, not everybody's going to have a cell phone, but today, okay, there's 7 billion cell phones out there. Well, we know that's where wearable technology is today and where it's going. In fact, by 2020, they're projecting it to be a $34 billion market. And there's many different aspects when it comes to wearable technology. Now, the way we're going to make our mark is through this product called the Hilo. I trust everybody who's listening to me today watched a very simple 2-minute video. If you haven't watched the 2-minute video, whoever got you on this call will send it to you. You need to watch that, because this is how we're all growing our business. We send out a simple 2-minute video and it gets people excited about our product. What the Hilo is, it's the most advanced wearable on the marketplace today. The way I describe it, it's like having a doctor with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because I'm now in tune with everything going on in my body. From my blood pressure to my heart rate, I could actually perform an EKG, my sleep quality, my breath rate, my emotions, my fatigue, steps, calories, guardian function, panic button. Now, one of the things I want to share with you is really the vision of where we're going with our product. See, right now, we have the best product on the market. But one of the questions I wanted answered before I made my decision, I wanted to know what their plans were for future product. So let me explain it to all of you this way. When I asked that question, Mr. Fabio Galdi said, Jeff, here's the best way to describe it. What version of the iPhone is out right now? I said iPhone 7. He said, did iPhone 7 have more features than iPhone 6? And didn't 6 have more features than 5? And when the new iPhone 8 is introduced, won't people line up to be first to get the new iPhone 8? And we all know the answer. He said, that's Hilo. This is Hilo Classic, everyone. Do you know this week they are now shipping the new Hilo LX version 2? Do you know they're already now designing Hilo 7? See, as technology changes, so will the features of Hilo. And whether it be through a firmware update, just like you get updates on your phone, or whether it be through a new device, as new features are introduced, it actually enhances the value of the Hilo. So there's so many different things you can do. They're actually saying these devices will replace the cell phone. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what's about to come. But let me share with you a feature that everybody loves. How many people listening to me right now have a loved one that needs to be monitored? Let me give you an example. My dad had triple bypass surgery. he's prone to high blood pressure. So since I bought a family pack, and you're going to see what that is in a minute, I gave my dad a Helo. So now I can monitor my dad's blood pressure from my Helo. I could actually go into settings and put, if my dad's blood pressure goes above this amount, please notify me and my sister. Now, what's that worth? How many things could be prevented if you knew something was going on before something catastrophic happened? Think about that. And then if something is wrong, there's a panic button. Panic button is pressed. All the guardians you have listed are notified via text or email of exactly the time the panic button was pressed and the exact GPS location sent to you of where they were when they pressed it. Now think about your kids to your grandparents. And then one more thing, there's a health benefit to our product. There's something called germanium stones. These are health enhancing stones. Now, I'm not going to go into detail here. Google the benefits of germanium stones, and you will be absolutely amazed at some of those benefits. They're embedded into the band of the Helo. What I can tell you, because it's on this slide, it promotes circulation, promotes a better quality of sleep, and has a natural antioxidant. The other thing that you could see, if you go to Amazon, you'll see there's germanium stone bracelets being sold for $500 just for the bracelet. Why? Because they work. Now, you ready for the sneak peek? I'm going to give you a little idea, and this is why I get so excited when I'm talking to a different people that are in a different country. Because you have no idea, okay, that once you build the base and then the company offers a different product, the base buys the product. And guess what happens to people's incomes when that happens? So right now we have a window to build a base, because I believe when this new product comes out, okay, it's going to change the industry. Because right now we have a product that's getting people's attention. But let me share with you what's coming in the fourth quarter of this year. Fourth quarter is either October, November, or December. There was a press release introducing our first product called World's First Wearable, Non-Invasive, Continuous Blood Glucose Estimation Technology, using our wristband called the Helo. Sometimes I can't talk when it comes to this slide because you have to understand how big this is. And I'll share with you, if we capture 1% of this market, and let me be very clear what this market is. How many people listening to me right now know people who are type 2 diabetics? How many people are diabetic? How many people don't even know they're diabetic? But the only way to get the reading is by pricking the skin. This is non-invasive. Now, this is a preview of what's coming. Let me give you another feature coming. What if I told you it's going to have a mosquito shield? Do you know mosquitoes? Okay. How about blood alcohol levels? Being able to read, having a few drinks and you don't get into a car, and you could get your readings before that happens. See, these are just a few things. This is why I said in my opening, you got to find people that have the ability to see it before it happens. And it's only going to take, you know what I mean? It's going to take about 5 to 7 key individuals in that market that see it. That's it. I don't need millions. The 5 to 7 people will find a few people, will get the millions. And you got to understand how this whole thing works. Okay, right now there's no comparison. Because people always say, well, how does this compare to other products in the market? Well, there really is none because no other product pays you. See, what separates our product, yes, we have better features and more features at this time than everybody else. But Apple Watch doesn't pay me to market. Hilo does. So there's a business attached to our product. If you look at price, we're very competitively priced to what's on the market. In the United States, we're getting national press. We were on a national news channel called Fox News, and we were featured New Year's Day of a top product that will dominate 2017. We were also featured at the largest technology show in the world. It's called CES. Every year it's in Las Vegas. The reason we were featured is because remember who powers our product? Toshiba. Well, Toshiba had one of the biggest booths at that show, and they featured the new Hilo LX. Okay, so there really is no comparison, guys. This really put us on the map in the United States, this segment that was done nationally, okay, on Fox News. Now, let me share with you an idea, not an idea. Let me share with you what the company is doing. See, now we have a base out here in the United States. Once you have a base, now you look for other products to drop into the base. And I'm going to share with you our newest product that came to us just 5 weeks ago. Okay? Now I want to share with you this. Hilo reads all your vitals here. It's on your wrist. But it reports your vitals to your cell phone. So Hilo is an app. So if I go to my Hilo app, I'm going to do it right now in front of all of you. Okay, if I go to my Hilo app, right here, see where it says Hilo? Look at it. If I click that, I could tell you right now that my blood pressure is 122/78. My heart rate is 56, right? It tells me everything about what's going on in my body. Now, am I not reading my vitals through my cell phone? Now, pay attention because I want to share with you where I'm going with this. What does everybody now know about their cell phone? We all know, you should know, not to do this. We tell women, don't put it on your chest, and men, don't put it in your pocket. Why? Cell phones throw off radiation. Proven. Our newest product is called BioZen. It's scientifically and medically proven to reduce the harmful effects of electrosmog. So it used to be called air pollution. Now it's called electrosmog because a lot of our homes are now littered with these devices. Many homes have multiple cell phones. They have iPads. They have laptops. They have routers. These devices throw off radiation. BioZen protects you from the radiation. It's a sticker you put on any of your devices closest to the battery. Now, do you think there's a marketplace for this? See, I love how the company thinks, oh, you have a Hilo, which means you have a cell phone, which means you need BioZen. You see, recycle the consumer base. And as the consumer base grows, we will drop in different products. But we're going to build the base with this. This is how we're going to do it. Okay, so let's talk some money, if that's okay. I want to transition here and share with you how the money works and why so many people are getting excited about World Global Network. Okay, we have now representation in the top 100 earners in the industry of network marketing. The industry is over 60 years old. Last year, it did $186 billion in worldwide sales. We now have 10 out of the top 100 people that represent World Global Network. You could go to Business for Home magazine and see some of the dollars being generated very quickly here. This couple is our global master distributors, Nat and Chanita. This is actually the couple that bought into Mr. Fabio Galdi's vision in April 2016, less than a year ago, when he said, I'm going to change directions into wearable technology. Okay? Now, let me share with you the excitement behind our comp plan. This company made a very smart decision, I believe, when they understood there's two types of people. There's the person that just wants to use the product, and there's person that wants to build a business with the product, right? Not everybody who buys the product wants to build a business and earn money. They just want to enjoy the product. That's like saying everybody who eats at McDonald's wants to own the franchise. They understand there's two separate people. But they also understood that when a person enjoys the product, they're going to tell their friends. And even though they're not doing it to build a business, people naturally tell other people when they enjoy something. So we wanted that referral. So what this company decided to do is to have no joining fee. No joining fee. When someone buys a product, every person who buys it, whether they use it or not, gets a free website. And if that person decides to tell their friends about the product, since you can't get it at any type of a store, you have to go through a person that has a website. So if that person refers somebody who enjoys the product, the company will send that person a 10% thank you in the form of a commission. So even though the person isn't building a team, they could still earn money by sending other people to their website. Some of you may not think, and the reason I get so excited about this, because I've never had in 24 years customers referring other customers who referring other customers without being involved in the business. Why? Because there's no risk. There's no joining fee. Now, from a network marketing standpoint, here's why I'm excited. Here's why Terry's excited, is because there's no competition. There's zero congestion in the market. I promise you, nobody in Kenya, okay, is doing a network marketing company with wearable technology. You're first. So let me tell you the good news. Ready? You're first. Let me tell you the bad news. You're first. There you go. I just told you the good or bad. Okay, that's just how it works. The good news is you're the first ones. The bad news is you're the first ones. But where do you think most money's made? Before Kenya does $100 million in business or after? There you go. Okay, now let's talk about how people earn money from a network marketing standpoint. First way I just talked about. You sell the product, you make 10%. This is called a fast start bonus. This is paid weekly. When someone buys one of our introductory packages, you make 10%. Okay, it's immediate income. Second way you earn money is by building a team. Your team is built through some form of geometric progression. And as a few people who find a few people who find a few people, eventually it equals a big team. And you're going to be building two teams. So I'm going to go through this as an example. Okay? And when you build your two teams, you can make 20% of the matching volume of your two teams. Okay? So I'll go into a little bit more detail today. Okay? So let's just say you had your two teams. Every week, the company takes a snapshot of your two teams. So let's say this team had $20,000 in business. I'll use dollars. I know it's shillings there. Okay? And let's say this team had $15,000. The company looks at it and they pay you up to 20% of the matching volume of your two teams. So if you had 20,000 here and 15,000 here, they're going to pay you 20% of the 15,000. What would that be? that would be 3,000 US dollars. Okay, I believe it's 100, so it would be 30,000 shillings that you would make that week. Okay, now there's so much money being made right now in the United States on this bonus, they had to cap it. And I know this is going to sound crazy. The most you can make on income number 2 is 600,000 US dollars a week. I think that would be 60 million shillings a week. Okay, I know it sounds funny, but I will tell you, there's people that are coming very close to that number, and we've only been in business for 9 months. Third way we make money, check matching. Anybody you personally introduce is considered your first level. You're not limited. You could bring on as many people as you would like. We have brought in over 70 people. 70. So here's the concept. We want every single person to earn money. Because every time they earn $1 or a shilling, we make 10% of what they earn. Doesn't come out of their pocket. And it doesn't stop there. Because when those people sponsor people, is that not my second level? And those people sponsor people, is that not my third? Check matching could get paid down 10 levels. Income 4, residual income. I will tell you this from my experience, residual income is the most important income you could ever have. Our residual income program has been proven to have 4 times more retention than the average program out there today. And I'm going to share with you why at the very end. This is the second reason I'm here. First reason, I left the company for 16 years, category creator. Second reason, the retention percentage of their residual income program. Okay? You want a car? Qualify at a certain level every month, and they give you $1,000. So that would be 100,000 shillings a month. I'm learning, right? 100,000 shillings a month towards the car of your choice. There's VIP trips. We qualified for a trip to Dubai. We're going to Bangkok, Thailand, and they're about to announce the next lifestyle trip that you could all qualify for. There's a supercar program that if you hit a certain level 4 times right now, between now and July, they're going to let you choose from a Lamborghini, Ferrari, or Rolls Royce of your choice. This is what they're doing to celebrate this brand new category creator company. And then do not underestimate the power of the stock option program. Okay, this is where you could qualify for shares of stock that you could turn into, obviously, dollars as the company grows. Okay, now, let me give you a concept here, because I want you guys to be able to see something. Okay, I think the hardest part that we do, that I try to do, is get people to see something before it happens. Because right now, there is nobody there. But as a few people who introduce a few people, that market is going to start to grow very quickly. But it starts with those initial visionaries, right? Now, I've told you we've sponsored 70. You could sponsor as many as you want, but let's just say you found 2. Let's say today we identified 2 people that said, I'm opening Kenya. Damn it, I'm going to be the one, okay? And those, you're the first 2. And all you did was you've asked and you found 2 the second week. And then we work with those 2 to help them find their 2. And if you just take that down over 12 weeks, look what happened because somebody made a decision. You now start to have a group. You could have 4,000, 10,000, 40,000. There's people right now in the United States, okay, that started. I should say Nat and Shanita have over 100,000 people in their group. They started in June. One couple who found more, who found a few. Don't tell me it doesn't work. It works when you find people with desire. This is it. Now you have a group, and that group purchases a product. The only way we make a commission is when someone buys a product. So if you take a group of people buying a product times the percentage you earn when they buy the product equals earnings, right? Well, what I'm going to show you is if everybody bought a product, you hit a certain ranking. And you're going to see that in the next slide. Based on the ranking you achieve determines the volume your group did times the percentage you earn. And I'm going to show you. I will tell you this. We have people very quickly supplementing their income, making an extra $500,000 a week. What is that? 50,000 to 100,000 shillings a week. I think I did that right. Now, what would that mean for you if that's all you did? Then you got people who are replacing their full-time jobs. And then you got people making obscene amounts of money that I've never seen. And I've been doing this 24 years, guys. I'll put it to you this way. What took us 5 years to do in our first company, we did here in 5 months. What took us 5 years to do in our first company, we did here in 5 months. Okay? Now, when someone buys the Hilo, that's a one-time purchase. So people say, well, how do you generate residual income? Then people get on our loyalty program. The people that are building the business get on loyalty. So after the initial Hilo is bought, our loyalty program is $59 a month. And every person that is on loyalty, you're making about $6, 600 shillings per person per month. How many people will you have in your group? Now I want you to start thinking about this. Okay, so that's the concept. This will never work perfectly where everybody gets 2 people. Some people do nothing. And some people like me and Terry do a lot. But some form of this will happen, okay? Now, here's what this means, okay? As you and your team do more business, I want you to watch this. As you and your team do more business, you start to capture more percentages deeper into your organization, okay? Now, everything we do is points. We transfer dollars into points, and we pay on points, okay? So watch. Right now, everybody's goal, if someone starts, is to get to Grand President Millionaire, right? That would be the ultimate goal for everybody. We have 2 of them right now. A Grand President Millionaire does $1 million in sales volume, 1 million points per pay cycle through their team. Our pay cycles are weekly. And the person doing that on one bonus makes 20%. So what's 20% of 1 million? And I'm doing dollars right now. Now, do you see what a Grand President Millionaire could earn? We're presidents, me and Lisa. To get there, we had to do between $50,000 and $99,999 in volume in a pay cycle. So if you met me and you just assumed that I was doing $50,000 per pay cycle and I was making 20% of that, could you not figure out what I was making after 5 months? Every new person in Kenya, let me tell you what your business plan is. If you decide to do this, is to get here. You heard Terry say she's a diamond. A diamond does $10,000 to $19,999 per pay cycle. You're making 20% on one bonus. So if you're just doing 10,000, and I'll tell you, we're going to have, my goal is to have 50 diamonds in Kenya between now and the next 6 months. 50. I want 50 people in Kenya making 20% of 10,000. I'll just use the number, $2,000 a week. That's my goal. Now, I don't know if that would make a difference, but that would be the first goal if you decide to join this team that we want you on. Okay? And here's how it starts. It starts with making a decision to be part of this. Okay, and I'm going to try to use the different packages, so I might need you, Terry, on this part. Okay?
Yeah, I'm here, Jay.
Okay. Help me, baby. Okay, so watch. The first package is called a box set. Now, let me tell you how I describe a box set. This is somebody that says, you know what? I like it. I want to be a consumer of the product. Great. You buy the product. Okay. You get the product to start to enjoy. You get your website. You're able to participate in the program. Okay. And you could start there. It's $319 US, which is 31,900 shillings. Okay. The second package is our newest pack, which I don't have up here yet. Okay. It's called a Family Light Pack. Is that right, Terry?
The Family Pack Light, yes.
Family Light Pack. Okay, now watch. You get 2 Hilos. You get 2 boxes of bands. The new Hilo comes with a box of 5 colored bands that you can interchange to change the look. That is 75,000 shillings. And when you start with the Family Light Pack, you automatically jump up to maximize your earnings at 20%. If you start with the box set, you start at 10% earnings. Remember I said you earn up to 20? If you start the box set, it's 10%. If you start with the Family Light Pack or above, you lock in your 20%. Okay? The third package is a family pack. It gives you 4 Hilo LXs instead of 2, and you get a 5th one free. You get the germanium plate sets for each Hilo, and you get a box of the bands, and you're able to maximize your 20% and your weekly pay. There's no cap. Next package, premium pack. 5 Hilo LXs, 1 free. The germanium plate sets, 6 boxes of bands. You've locked in your 20%. You're maxing out your weekly pay. And that would come out to be 200,000 shillings. Okay? So it's a one-time purchase, everyone. This is not a monthly requirement. You're buying the product once. Now, if a new product comes out and you want to buy it, you can. And if you want to add the BioZen, you could add the BioZen to any one of the packages. But I will share with you, and I always talk very straightforward. If you're going to open a country, you're going to need more than 1 Hilo. That's just me. If I'm giving advice, you're going to need to get some product to get into the marketplace. Okay? Because if someone wants to get started, I want to make sure they're not waiting. They're getting the product immediately. But once again, you could start where you want to. But once you make that decision, now I want you to understand the loyalty. Terry, do you want to add anything here? Maybe I forgot.
Just with that, I got a real echo, Joe. I just wanted to add that, you know, the Fast Start bonus for that Family Pack Light will be $75, which I don't know the shilling amount. The one that we're doing here is the Fast Start bonus for that.
Okay, remember, the bonus, guys, what Terry is referring to is when someone buys a package in your group that you sponsor, you make 10% of these dollars. or shillings. That's the Fast Start bonus. It's 10%, okay? Now, the loyalty membership is what drives our residual income. So here's how it works. It's $59 a month. So 59 times 100 would be 59,000. Is that right? Okay, whatever. You guys could figure, I think that's what it is. Shillings. There's no contract. So a lot of you who maybe have network marketing experience, you may understand this as an auto ship. Lily has to go out, Lise. As an auto ship, which means you're getting products sent to you every month. We don't have that here. So our loyalty program generates the residual income. So here's what you get. Every time you spend $59, you get back $75 worth of spendable points.
Sorry to interrupt. It's 5,900, not 59,000.
How much? 5,900?
Yes, 5,900.
It's a little bit different, huh, Cliff?
Yeah, a lot bit different.
Thank you. Okay. So every time you spend 5,900 shillings, you get back 7,500 shillings in spendable points. These points accumulate. So at the end of the year, you'd have 9,000? 900. I got to get my math right. What's 900 times 100?
90,000.
You have 90,000 spendable shillings that you can then go to the World Global Network store and buy whatever products they have in that store. So you're getting a value for what you're putting into it. So you want to buy the latest Hilo? You could buy one. Who knows what's going to be in that store with Toshiba as our partner? The newest thing that's coming out is a brand new cell phone. Italian design cell phone, biggest screen on the market, 20 megapixel camera, works with any service. So can you imagine, end of the year, you go, oh, hey, I got these points I want to spend. I get a new cell phone and another Hilo. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing you get is you get the Pro app LifeLog that links all your phones for the panic button. By the way, if you buy a package with multiple Hilos, you're not spending 5,900 times 6. 5,900 covers all, okay, all of your devices. You also get a protection plan for any accidental damage or loss. You get a lot of cloud storage. Here's the big one. 1% back in cash based on what your team does for the year. Based on what your team does. So let's say, for example, and I have to use dollars here, guys. You have to help me here. Okay, let's say you made $120,000 for the year with us. Because I will tell you, people who are going to be the ones that see this, making 6 figures your first year is not going to be something that's extraordinary because you're opening a country. Well, if you made $120,000, that means your team did $600,000 in volume. What's 1% of that? Well, in US dollars, that means you have $6,000 cash waiting for you because you're on the loyalty program. So you can play with the numbers any way you want. I'm going to tell you this, and I normally don't do this, but this is a small group. We've spent $59 5 times. We already have, at 1% money, $4,200 sitting there waiting for us. Because that's what 1%. Would I ever stop paying the $59? See, if I stop next month, the $4,200 goes away, and I have to start over again. This is what is generating the retention rate. Who would get off of it when you're getting more value? And I'm just sharing that with you guys because I've never seen anything like this. Because everybody that gets on loyalty, you're getting paid on. 30 points is generated every time somebody gets on your team that's on loyalty. So you're making about $6 times 100 would be 600, right? 600 shillings per person. That's on loyalty. Think about how big the base will be. And I want to say this again, not to be repetitive. It's going to grow outside of Kenya. From Kenya, we will get all these different markets. You know how we got to Kenya? Through Terry, who's in Canada. And Terry introduced us to somebody who introduced us to somebody, and here we are in Kenya. This is going to happen. Once someone makes a decision, I promise you, we're going to sit down with you and go, I know somebody in Nigeria. I know somebody in Spain. And this is how it starts to go. So all you have to do is you get started, you get on loyalty, you make sure somebody else is on loyalty, and your volume never flushes. That's it, guys. And we're gonna keep doing this. We've already made our commitment. We're gonna find the leadership in Kenya. There is no doubt about that. We don't commit to doing these types of calls, and we're gonna keep doing them till we find the leadership. And I'm going to tell you right now, somebody's going to find in all of World Global Network, somebody that's already in is going to find leadership in Kenya. Personally, selfishly, I want to find that person. That's just me. Okay? That's what's driving me, and I'll do these every single day until we find the leadership. And once we find it, you think it's worth it? Can you imagine what's going to happen in that market? So anyway, I'm done. Okay, if you guys want to see, I don't want to go through because we could do that. But Terry, do you want to add anything, or anybody else want to just chime in? I'll take calls or questions.
No, I think you've really done an excellent job, Jeff, in covering everything.
Cliff, did you have any questions?
Yeah. What is shipping? What are the shipping costs to Kenya?
Good question. Terry, can you help me out on that? Or maybe somebody else?
I can. So generally, when you buy the one single package, it adds up to about 40,000 Kenya shillings. If you buy the family pack, it's about 160,000 Kenya shillings, give or take, depending on the exchange rate. If you are intending to buy the new package, the family pack light, which is 2 kilos and 2 boxes of buns, that adds up to something like 100,000 Kenya shillings, which includes shipping and taxes. So that's how it works out. On average, it's about 40,000 per piece. When you're buying the family pack, 160. If you're buying the new pack that was recently introduced, then it's about 100,000. Give or take, depending on the exchange rate.
Okay, that is inclusive of taxes and shipping.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Cliff, is this your first presentation?
Somebody shared the video with me, but this is the first presentation, yes.
Okay, is it something that, I mean, you understand the concept, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Okay, here's somebody else. Hang on. When are you coming to Uganda? You guys go right for the throat, huh? Here's how we do it, guys. Once we have 5 diamonds out there, we're going to come into the market. Now, are you asking us, or are you asking, can we open Uganda? If you're asking, can we open Uganda? The answer is yes. We just do what we're doing now. You just put together a team in Uganda and we open Uganda. If that's your question. You follow me? So anybody here who has other people, we can do these same things. I'm just sitting in my living room right now. So of course, that's how we open up the market. But the way we come into a market is when we have leadership who has emerged. That's how you do it. So please, let's get Uganda. Do you have a leader out there? Let's do a call. But you have to get involved first, right? That's how it works. Anybody else, guys? Lucy, or anybody want to add anything?
Well, that's awesome. I think for those who are not familiar with the new Packlight, because I got a couple of questions when we sent out the email. The good thing about having the new pack, which is a family Packlight, is that for those who are interested in doing the business, then and who felt that maybe the family pack was out of reach right now, it allows you to mark up your contract level, your percentage of earning from 10 to 20%. So when you think, even though the family Packlight for two of them is 100,000, but you're thinking of an extra 10% of earning for the rest of your life in the business. So it's totally worth it. So for those who are dilly-dallying, I think this is a way to jump in right now, with a new pack.
Okay. And then do you want to schedule the next one? We'll talk offline, but I want to make sure that we're getting some traction, Lucy, before we do another one.
Yes.
But let's get some leadership involved, and then obviously now they're inviting people, yes, and the numbers will start to skyrocket. As you know.
So there was a bit of a confusion. Some people still thought we were doing the call at 10, which is 7. So, but we'll make it very clear for next time.
Okay, this person said you could see all this. Charlie's asking, I joined late. When can I get more info? I have a team in Uganda. We have this recorded, guys. We'll get it out to you, and you can watch it. And if you're in, Charlie, I don't know if you're in yet, but we'll schedule something and we'll talk about Uganda. He says he has a team in Uganda. So somebody follow up with Charlie. I don't know if anybody knows who that is. And we'll get the information into you. Great. He says great. So do you guys know who Charlie is?
I'm not too sure who invited him. I know a couple of people invited.
Okay. Charlie, who invited you? Use your chat so we could follow up with you, please. Charlie, who invited you? A Kenyan leader. Thanks for being vague, Charlie. Do you know the name? I'm a Kenyan leader. Terry, are you a Kenyan leader?
I'm a Kenyan leader.
See, Kenyans, we're all Kenyan leaders. Watch how fast. Watch how many Kenyan leaders come to the forefront. Peter, do you guys see the name?
Yes. Yes. I know Peter.
All right. Thank God. Okay. Well, someone follow up with Charlie. Charlie wants to go. He's got Uganda and he's ready to roll. So I'm going to get this guys to you. Let me stop the video here. Let me stop the recording.